Myself, Assistant Professor Hina Gangrekar from Department of Computer Engineering, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University. Now we are going to studies about a process framework. A process framework is nothing but consists of process framework activities, which are then elaborated as a work task, work product, milestones and deliverables, and quality assurance checkpoints and umbrella activities. Now next we are going to see about the framework activities. The framework activities consist of communication, planning, modeling again consists of analysis of requirements and design. Construction consists of code generation, testing, and last one is the deployment. We will see one by one. The first one is a communication. The communication is nothing but we can communicate with our end user. uh, in this case we communicate with if we will take the example of we are going to create the software for the online attendance. For the online attendance, what is the communication? The communication in between your project, between us, that is the builders, and between your end user. So here end user is nothing but your university dean. So what is the communication? The communication in which we will gather all the requirements, such as for whom we are going to build that software. That is, we are taking the online attendance of students, some teaching staff or the non-teaching staff. Suppose we are going to build the software for students. If we are going to build the software for the student, the next communication is nothing but we are taking the number of the branches in our university, the PRN number of all the students for the particular branches. Next one is what is the duration the end user want for its software. What is the deadline for your software? Then what is next? The planning is nothing but we are going to assign the works to our team members based on the deadlines taken by our end user, and on what phases we are going to plan our software. Next one is the modeling. The modeling is mm, nothing but analysis of the requirements. That is the number of students, it is PRN number, the number of the branches, and we are going to design our forms. The first form could be the registration form, where students should have to register first. After that, the registration criteria, such as it should have the PRN number with related to its branch. And next one is designing is doing the attendance. If it do the attendance, uh, attendance page should need to be visible, which consists of some graphical representation, such as the presentee and absentee. If it is present, then the date should need to be displayed in a green background, and if it is absentee, then it is in the red format, and the holidays are displayed in suppose to be yellow. You can consider any color. This is nothing but the modeling, which is the design of your software. Next was the construction. The construction is nothing but code generation, which will calculate the number of present days and the absent days and the holidays in your software also. This is the code generation. Once the student log into the page, one is do the attendance. This number of attendance should need to be incremented, or a number of absentees also number of absentees also described or display on your software. So next one is the testing. The testing is not two students. Suppose there are the multiple, we know that there are the multiple, many number of students are there in the university, so not two students have the same PRN number. Or only the student can do attendance only once in complete day. So no two attendance of the same days, and it should need to be displayed on the screen properly. The attendance should need to be calculated properly, but the percentage wise calculation can also be done. So this is the testing phase. And the deployment, once the product is hand over to the students, if the number of students are increased, then also its PRN number generations also increase. So your system, you should need to update that PRN number to your developed system, so that the new students can also log in or register into your system, and they can also do their attendance. Now next one is the umbrella activities. First one is your first one is the framework activities. Now next one is the umbrella activities. So umbrella activities, it first one is the software project management. The software project management is nothing but how you are going to manage your schedule time and the budget which is given by your end user, and the schedule time, that is your how your product will meet with your you are going to create your project, so it should need to be created before the deadline. Next is a formal technical reviews, that is whatever you are going to build, you should need to take a you should need to take review from your end user, so that you can make the changes, and whatever changes you are made, that should need to satisfy with your end users. And software quality assurance, that is meet the quality of your users need. Next one is software configuration management, that is it can be suitable for any platform, or it should need to be suitable with your end users platform. Work product preparation and production, such as planning versus achievement, how much you plan and how much you achieve till now. Next one is reusability management, that is you can use the same code for all the branches, you are taking the attendance of all the students, you are calculating. So this is how you are going to manage reusability of your software. And the measurements, such as how much you achieve your product, how much the product is meet with your end user, such as its accessibility, its usability, its performance, its scalability. So all the measurements should need to be done. And next one is the risk management, such as security management, some privacy management. So all these criteria you should need to see while developing your software. Next one is our process, how you are adapt a process model. The process model is adapting by the overall flow of activities, actions and tasks, and the interdependencies among their overall flow of activities, how your software is going to be built, what type of activities and actions or the tasks you perform to develop your product, the degree to which actions and tasks are defined within each framework activity. If suppose you decide your software should meet 100% of your users requirements, so how much degree it achieves, this should need to be satisfied. The degree to which work products are identified and required, that is next the manner which quality assurance activities are applied, that is you are telling your customer that you can take attendance of any users and any number of user, you can calculate the percentage of present and absentee of your students. So your quality should need to be achieved. The manner in which project tracking and control activities are applied, that is all your project partners should need to perform very well in developing of their project. And the overall degree of detail and rigor with which the process is distributed, the degree to which the customer and other stakeholders are involved with the project, such as your dean should need to be satisfy your project, so that it can take a hand over that, and it can give that product to all the students of the university. The level of autonomy given to the software team, the degree to which team organization and rules are prescribed, so these all should need to be adapting while developing your software. Next one is the essence of practices. So there are basically four essence of practices, such as understand the problem, that is communication analysis, plan a solution, that is modeling and software design, carry out the plan, that is the code generation, and examine the result for accuracy, that is testing and quality assurance. I elaborate all these things by taking the example of attendance software. We will understand first one is what, if we are going to build our software or our product, then first one is we should need to understand the plan. The understand the plan is who has a stake in the solution to the problem, that is who are the stakeholders who are going to take your product, such as your university dean. So what are the expectations given by your university dean, what are the unknown, what data functions and features are required to properly solve the problem, that is What are the unknowns here? Now the unknowns are, suppose some students, we will add them later, so new PRN numbers. So this is the unknown information we will get after developing our software, or during the progress of developing the software. Can the problem be uh, compartmentalized? That is, it is possible to represent the smaller problems that may be easier to understand. Can the problem be represented graphically, such as I see that saw that sometime if we do the attendance, means displaying the present, it shows your date in red line, so that should need to be considered because student have done the present, and it shows the red due to some software failure. So these failure should need to be overcome. And next one is how we are going to plan the solution. Have you seen similar problems before? As there are there patterns that are recognizable in potential solution? Is there existing software that implements the data function and features that are required? Has a similar problem been solved? If so, are elements of the solution reusable? You are going to plan the solution for your problems, how you can going to solve your problems, so you should need to meet these criteria. Can sub problems be defined? If so, are solutions readily apparent for sub problems? Can you represent a solution in a manner that leads to effective implementation? Can a design model be created? Next one is carry out the plan. Next one is, does the solution conform to the plan? Is source code traceable to the design model? Is your coding is meet with your users expectation? Is each component part of the solution provably correct? Has the design and code been reviewed, or better, have correctness proofs been applied to algorithm? Next one is they examine the result, that is the testing phase. Is it possible to test each component part of the solution? Has a reasonable testing strategy been implemented? That is, you are going to check that the registered student is of your university or not. The PRN number is matched with your university PRN number is not. Is the student is doing attendance repeatedly on same day? So these all testing should you need to perform. Does the solution produce results that conform to the data function and features that are required? Has the software been validated against all stakeholders requirement? So all these criteria you should need to meet while developing your software. I hope you will consider all these criteria for developing your software, so that you can meet your software with all your users' needs, and you will develop a perfect software with a perfect solutions. There will be a good outcome of your software. So develop the software by using all these criteria. Thank you.